Okay, we are recording.
Okay, you guys, I'm so excited to do the Zoom. Ashley and I met at Green Carpet just like briefly. We're mutual friends with Amber Parker. So we were hanging out a little, got to talk a little bit, but I'm excited to get to know you better tonight and hear your story. And so that's how we know each other. And I think we'll just start out. Ashley, why don't you go ahead and tell your story and then I can share mine.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I am so excited to be on here with all of you guys. If I haven't met you yet, I know I met some of your team at Green Carpet. There was a lot of us hanging out by the pool, which is why you guys get to events, because it's my favorite part is just all the after stuff that happens. Being able to connect with other leaders is like so amazing. But I've been in this business now for 2.5 years. And prior to it works, I was an esthetician. So loved skincare, makeup. That was my passion. That's what I always wanted to do. I actually went to college for a year to be a teacher and thought my family was going to kill me when I dropped out to do hair and makeup. And I'm like, I'm still going to college. It's just something different. But I fell in love with Aveda. I'm not sure if you guys know what Aveda products are, but they're an all natural skincare makeup line. So that's really when I started learning just like what we put on our bodies is so important and affects like everything. So I had a huge passion for that. And then I got pregnant for my son and didn't really want to leave him. Mike and I, my husband, we were both married previous. So my ex-husband was in the military and was always gone. And I thought to myself, like, Andrew deserves to at least have one parent at home with him. So I started looking into just other ways to make a little bit of extra money from home. So I stumbled into network marketing. The first company that I did was skincare. I thought, I'm an esthetician. I can totally do this. And you guys, I think I made like $13 in a year. Like it was bad, like really bad. You had to carry tons of inventory and you had to do parties. And I was living in Seattle at the time and knew like 10 people and they were all guys that were in the military. None of them were even ever married or anything. So my business just never took off and I was super discouraged. And then I had a really good friend that got into another company, and that one was health and wellness. And I got in that reluctantly, and I did really well. That's really when I fell in love with this industry and the power of what we have our hands on. When you have a consumable product that you have customers and distributors ordering month after month after month. But the problem is that company that I chose went under. They went away. So imagine like going into work and like there being a sign on the door that says, sorry, we're closed. We're never opening again. Go find a new job. Like that's what happened to me. I had gone through my divorce at the time. So I was a single mom and that income I was making between $1,000 to $2,000 every single month. And that was everything for me. And I was absolutely devastated when that happened. And even though I loved the company, loved the products, I thought to myself, like, I'll never do this again. You know, that's 2 companies, I'm done. And I don't think that there's another company out there that I can put my faith and trust into that's a good opportunity for lots of people. You know, you always hear stories of people in other companies that do well, but I just didn't think that I could. And I didn't think that anybody that I knew would be able to do well, you know, in one of these kinds of businesses. And so fast forward a little bit, I met my husband, Mike. He owned an IT company downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're from Michigan. And his business was doing super, super awesome. And so I was just a stay-at-home mom. I had been a stay-at-home mom the whole time that we were married. We've been together for almost 5 years now. And yeah, we kind of were getting to the point though, you guys, were like things were getting really, really tight because when you own a traditional business, even though it was growing, all of the extra money was going back into the business. We employed 25 families. And so when the company grew, we had to hire more employees, get more stuff. And just like our like take home wasn't keeping up with where our family was growing. We had 3 kids in sports, and how many of your kids are in swim? It is like insanely expensive. And so Mike was kind of joking, like, you're going to have to go get a big girl job. And I'm like, I don't really want to go get a big girl job. You know, I like what I'm doing right now. And so, but here's the thing that some of you guys probably don't know about me. I grew up in Allegan, Michigan. And if you guys don't know why that's so cool or important, Mark Pentecost was a teacher at my high school. Okay, so the CFO of our company, I don't know if you guys know who Mr. Nooney is. He'd kill me if you ever heard me say Mr. Doug Nooney is his name. He was my math teacher, and I graduated with his son. One of his other kids works at corporate in the IT department, so I know tons of people. If you guys go to My It Works product coach, that's Krista Rapay. That was my babysitter growing up. So I'd always heard of, Kelsey, I don't know if you know that or not.
No.
Yeah, so I'd always heard of It Works. And to be honest, you guys, I made fun of the company. For 16 years, I made so much fun of this company because my background was, and I was an esthetician, and I was like, you can't put a wrap on somebody. And I didn't look at it as a consumable product because people would come into the salon and get like a gift certificate for a body wrap on like Mother's Day. You know, they wouldn't get it like continuously. And I had no idea that It Works had other products. I only ever heard about the wrap. And so when Cammie and I reconnected, because I grew up with the Pentecost, they went to my church. Kyler's a year younger than me. Kenzie's a year older. When Cammie and I reconnected on Facebook, she was like, well, we should at least sit down. I could get a wrap on you. And I'm like, you're not going to wrap me, but if I'll let anybody tell me about it, I'll let you tell me about it, you know? And so we met, and Mike said before I left, he's like, you better not sign up for that. And I was like, don't worry, I'm not going to. Like, not going to, you know, it doesn't work. And so meeting with Cammie though, I've been in the industry before and I know what it can do for people. And just seeing her success, and not just her success, you guys, but the amount of people that she had duplicated that success in, and the amount of people that she got to the top of that income chart. I thought to myself, I don't need that much money, but if she can help all these other people make this insane, crazy amount of money, she can help me make at least $500 extra a month, and at least enough to keep me home right now, you know? And so we were super reluctant. I honestly didn't think the products worked. I was like, well, I'm never wearing that green stuff that you guys wear all the time. You guys are crazy. And I'm probably not going to do the wraps, but the greens kind of sound interesting. And so we said yes to the business. The next night she had me come to a one team, one mission. And on the way over there, I told my husband, I'm like, I've been to 1,000 of these before. Everybody's going to stand up and show their Rolexes, and it's all going to be this money, money, money. We go on thousands of vacations, and we have 17 dream homes, and look at all my cars, and it's going to be all materialistic. I know. And like halfway through, he was like, when are they going to start talking about all the money? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think they are. Like, they're talking about giving back and like paying off debt. Like, this is crazy. And I just fell so in love with who we were as a company. And hey, my dad's calling, so he might call you in a minute, because if I don't answer, he calls my husband. Sorry. So I fell in love with the company and just put one foot in front of the other. We went Ruby in our first 2 weeks in the business. The next month, there was a $20,000 diamond bonus on the table. So from the time I started to that, I had 6 weeks to get it. And I thought to myself, that could change my family's financial future. Like, I don't care. I'm making this a priority. I'm making that decision. And once you guys make a decision, guess what follows? The discipline, right? So I put one foot in front of the other. We hit diamond that first month, double diamond the next month. My husband was also in the business. I got his spot to diamond that following month, and then his spot to double that following month. So in 5 months in the company, we were double diamonds, had earned $60,000 in bonuses. But here's the cool story that I don't get to say very often. When we went diamond, so I hope all of you guys know what a diamond chart looks like. You need 3 rubies, okay? 3. We had 7 rubies that popped when we went diamond. And the reason why is because when you first get started, so if you have one person on the Zoom, or if you have one person that's on your team, you guys, pour belief into them. Tell them they can do it. This day that they sign up, you're going Ruby. Are you going Ruby this month? Or are you going Ruby next month? Take the option out that it's not even an option that they can't go Ruby, because that's what we did in the beginning, and we were popping rubies like crazy. So at a year mark, we had gone triple. And I actually retired Mike, and he came home. And so we do this full time now, both of us with It Works. And it's so much fun. So amazing. So that's my story.
That's so cool. I love hearing other people's journeys, because everybody's journey is so different. And you just like pick up little tidbits that help you and inspire you when you hear other stories. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
so cool. Okay,
I
so
can't wait to hear yours.
oh, I might cry, but that's okay. I'm like, guys, I'm 8.5 months pregnant, so like hormones are raging. So we'll try and get through it. Okay, so I joined in September of 2014. So the 30th Saturday is my 3-year mark. And I can't even believe how fast it's gone by. Like it seriously flies. It's just kind of mind blowing. So kind of fast forward before I joined, we in June of 2014, our little boy actually passed away when we were on vacation in Hawaii, and he was my second. Sorry, I can't breathe. I'm like dying right now. Okay, so we lost him. He passed away, and I mean, you guys, when like this, I share this part partially because you never know when life is going to hit you, and it sucks. Like it freaking sucks. And obviously, as any parent knows, that's your worst nightmare, to lose a child. And so I was really struggling, mourning the loss of my son. And also we had been saving up to buy a house, and we had like almost the whole down payment, and we had to use it all on his funeral and medical costs. And it was really hard. It was a really, really hard time in my life. And I was pretty depressed and pretty angry and really struggling to like find my purpose again. My oldest, he's 5 now, but he was 2 at the time, and he kept me going, and he was definitely my purpose. And, but it was really hard. I kind of lost myself for a minute and just was really angry at everything. And, I kind of connected with Ashley Hughes through social media, through a group, and that's who enrolled me. We just became friends through a group for parents who have lost babies. And, I heard her story and just saw all her posts about it works. And I was like, oh my gosh, she fell for that scam. Like that poor girl. Like I was so skeptical of the wraps. Like I couldn't even believe someone would try one. And I was like, there's no way. Like I had 2 babies. I was like, there's no way my tummy could look like that in 45 minutes. I was super skeptical, but I kind of just was curious. Like I was intrigued by her story. And so eventually I messaged her and just said, hey, like, what is this? And the reason I messaged her, you guys, was 2 weeks before I joined, I was just like, I had hit rock bottom, and I just prayed so hard, and I just asked God to give me something to change my attitude, because I was mad that other people were happy that their lives were moving on. And here I was like still devastated over the loss of my son. And I was like, I know you can change my attitude, but I can't right now. Like I need something. And 2 weeks later, the answer to my prayer was joining this company. And so I joined. At the time I joined for the $10,000 good bonus. And at that time they gave you 3 months to earn this. So to go diamond in 3 months, that was my goal. And I was like, hey, that's a down payment on a house. Like I could help like restock that savings that we had. And I really wanted to take some stress off of my husband, Trey, because it had taken us months and months and months to save up, and just kind of like to start over sucked. And I was like, I want to help. And so I wasn't willing to leave Cohen, my oldest. I was like, I had just seen firsthand how fragile life is, and I wasn't about to waste any time away from him. So I jumped in. I started working really hard, and I just was like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going all in. If I'm doing this, I'm going all in. So I had until New Year's Eve to get that bonus, and I didn't hit it, you guys. And I love to share that part, because I think we put so much on the bonuses, like, oh, I didn't get it, dang it, like it'll never happen. And I want to share this because that's not true. Like you never know what God has in store for you. And so I was almost emerald, and I was like, guys, like I'm going diamond next month. Like I fell in love with the company. The wraps actually worked. Like who knew? Hair, skin, nails, like saved, because I was having postpartum hair loss, but then the stress of everything, like I was going bald, and hair, skin, nails saved me. So I love it. Just, I had fallen in love so much with the positivity of the company. I was working towards something really good. I was helping other people along the way, and I was gaining confidence back. And I really felt like I found my purpose again. Like the money, yeah, the money's great. I fell in love with what we stand for as it works in general. And that's really why I love doing this. And So in January at conference, they had announced, I didn't go. I was like stalking Facebook, like saying like, what's going on? I have to be there next year. And they announced that they doubled the good bonuses and extended them to March. And so I was like, I like threw my phone and I was like, Trey, I'm going diamond. And they doubled it. And he was like, what? Like he was not like, he was on board, like he supported me, but he was like, whatever, like you do your thing. So in February, I promoted to diamond and earned the $20,000 good bonus. And I remember just like, I did it. Like I actually hit diamond. Like I can't believe me. Like I went to college for 2 years and I dropped out. It just wasn't my thing. So I was like a college dropout. I got married when I was 19. And so I didn't have like work experience because I got pregnant right after. And like, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So like, I have no work experience. I have no degree. Like, I wouldn't be good at anything like that. No, like you never know. It's all about what are you willing to do to learn how to be successful. And so I did it. And I was like, I can't believe this happened. And so that we hit diamond in February. In June, I went double and got another $15,000 bonus. And then 18 months in, I hit triple. And you guys, the night I hit triple diamond, because triple was like my dream board. Like that was something that I was like, oh, I would love to hit triple diamond someday. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows? But I wanted triple, especially because that was when I would start making more money than Trey from home. And I kept teasing him. I'm like, you watch, I'm going to make more money than you. Like, watch me do this. And he was like, okay. I hit triple diamond. I had the biggest aha moment. And it was that if you just complete your steps to success and stay consistent every month, it'll happen. And that's all it is. Like, there's no secret sauce behind anything else. Like the steps to success is how you're going to get to any rank in the company and just being consistent with that. And if you're not completing your steps every month, we're going to share tips on how to do that and kind of how we build our business. But you guys, you just need to talk to more people. And it's just all a numbers game. Talk to more people, be more passionate about what we're doing. If you're not using the products, use the products, share your story. That's really the biggest thing. I just shared my story. And I even shared like, hey guys, I'm getting a $10,000 or $20,000 bonus and I hadn't even earned it yet. But putting it out there and really like instilling belief in other people, even before they join, is so important, because if they see you are confident and you're hitting goals as you go, then they're going to believe that they can do it too. And that's really like the biggest thing that I've done, is just like show people it's possible. So that's kind of my story. Yeah, that's it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I love what you said when you said, what are you willing to do to be successful? Because I really, truly feel like anybody can be successful at this business. They just have to have a drive to want more. Like every ambassador up on stage, you guys, they've all acquired skills. Those skills that they have, we can acquire those. It just takes work in order to do it. So I love that. Love it, love it, love it.
I agree. Okay. Okay, so the next thing that we kind of wanted to share with you guys was just how to prevent, like some of you might be brand new and you're still super fired up and excited. Some of us that have been in a while might kind of get in lulls and get in little ruts, and our business can slow down when that happens. And so we wanted to share just ways that we prevent that from happening, how we've done it in the past, like things we do now. And just so you guys know, like if your business is slowing down, these are just some things that you can do to help prevent that. So do you want to go first, Ash?
Sure. Yes. Okay. So here's the thing, you guys, and we are looking into right now my favorite time of year, but what happens during October, November, and December? Our personal lives get crazy busy, right? Well, sometimes when our personal lives get crazy busy, our businesses, like Kelsey just said, start to slow down because we're not as intentional anymore, right? So if you guys want the rest of 2018 to be like insane momentum and crazy, you get to decide that right now. And then you get to put one foot in front of the other. And like Kelsey said, completing those steps to success. I remember when we first started, we got started in February, and Cammie kept saying, oh, summer's coming. And I'm like, do you watch Game of Thrones? Like the whole like winter's coming, you know? And we're like, talking about? Like, what happens in summer, you know? And we didn't slow down, but what we realized is there was people around us that they had weddings and they had all these different things on the calendar. And so because they put their business down, you know, their teams put their business down. And I just remember thinking, if you're constantly enrolling and if you're constantly bringing new people in, you're never going to see that. We had a girl that joined our business in April, and she rocked it all throughout the summer because that's when she just had started. So if you guys are constantly completing the steps to success, you're not going to see that. So my challenge to you guys this month is we have 5 days left. How many distributors have you enrolled? If you've enrolled your 3, go get 3 more. Like double it. Go get 6 for this month, because those 6 distributors that you guys get in right now for September, you're going to get them focused on going diamond by the end of December. And so you're going to have that constant activity for the next couple of months. Okay. So a couple of things that we can do right now is just being super intentional with posting and messaging. And I know we're going to talk in a little bit about your 6 list, but one thing that I always talk to my team about is look at your calendar. And if you've got a crazy busy week, okay, figure out those times that it's not so crazy and schedule in your business. Like legit, write it on your calendar or put it in your phone when you're going to work your business. Because if you had a girlfriend that calls you and says, hey, let's go grab lunch or let's go to happy hour, and that's when you're supposed to do your business work, are you going to go or are you going to work? Okay. If you had a dentist appointment and she called and said, hey, let's do happy hour at 5 on Thursday, you're going to go, oh, sorry, I have a dentist appointment. You know, let's do it a different night. Okay. But it's really hard. It takes a lot of discipline to say, you know what, I'm actually working right then. Let's do it a different time. So schedule in your time that you're going to work your business. So we're going to talk about 6 lists in a minute. So a couple of ideas that like we're doing right now for the end of the month, or for the end of the year, is we're scheduling fun times to work our business, like nights. So we're doing a VIP loyal customer night in December where all of our team is inviting our customers over. Okay. We're doing a vendor night where we can grow our businesses and network. And then we're also doing a wine night in October where we're having everybody come over and just doing some fun things just to get people excited. So our team getting them excited and also potentials. And then one thing my husband said too, when I was talking to him about it, is he's like, you guys just have to keep your team so close. So if you're not talking to them daily, if you're not inviting them to parties, inviting them to events, inviting them to Zooms like this, you know, one team, one missions, things like that, you've got to keep them super, super close. And outside of that, plan some fun time just with them. You know, this season, like I said, is my favorite. We're going to go as a team to like a pumpkin patch here in Michigan in a couple of weeks, do a Thanksgiving, you know, night with your team, do a Christmas night, do a dream board night, get some of those things on the calendar right now so your team is excited. And even if they do put their business down, that one thing that month that they might come to might get them re-excited and get them passionate about it. And then the other thing too is let your team see you work. If you're the only one working on your team, that's okay. Okay. So let them see you. Be loud about what you're doing for your business. Like I said, we're going to talk about 6 lists here in a little bit. But one thing I like to do is when I get a win, so I had a girl the other day that was messaging me that's signing up. I screenshotted my conversation that I was having to a few people on my team to show them how I was talking, how I was working, but to also show them, hey, I'm messaging. I'm enrolling people. So if I'm doing that, you can do that, right? So just kind of leading by example. A couple other things, you guys, as you're going into this time of year is wear your gear everywhere. So it's really easy to say, you know, right now is a slow time because we have so much stuff going on. You guys, October, November, and December, I don't see more people out unless it's the summertime. Like there's more people in the malls. There's more people out to dinner. There's more people everywhere, okay? So wear your gear, have your Blitz cards, be prepared. If you're not prepared, okay, well, first of all, I don't blitz with like a Blitz card because that word scares me. And as a triple diamond, like I can totally admit that to you guys. I don't like the word blitzing. It puts so much pressure on me that like I shy away from it. but I'm outgoing. I am blue. I am social. I talk to people. So what I do for my blitz is have conversations with people when you're out and about, talk to them. Don't just sit there on your phone and have your head down while you're standing in all these long lines. Talk to people, get them as friends on Facebook. That's how I blitz. That for me is like, it's the same thing, right? Like I just don't give them an actual card because that scares me. So, okay, so let's see. I think that's all I've got. Oh, the other thing too is, you guys, is like for us and our team, we have weekly local parties at our house, but get online parties consistent, because as people might not venture out because they have so many other things on their calendar, get online parties where they can access them. And then during Christmas break, you guys do one like in the afternoon. Do one while the kids are home, where moms are home. They might not be able to get on, a 9 o'clock Wednesday one, but they could probably get on like a noon or a 3 o'clock random one during that time. So just remember who your audience is, remember who your potentials are, and cater to them. Where are those people at? Those people are in the mall. They're shopping. They're at pumpkin patches. They're out doing stuff. Okay. So cater to those people. I think that's all I got. What do you have, Kels?
Okay, I love that. There's so many. I have like a whole page of notes already from that. So thank you. So the first thing that I think is so important, kind of touching on like what you said about like scheduling time to work your business, we have to be super organized, because it gets so chaotic with holidays coming up. Like it's like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like it's so just like bam, 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 and so much stress that we have to take the time to be organized and really have a plan for every single day. And we're going to get more into that. But that's probably the biggest thing I can tell you guys. Like, be super organized and intentional, like Ashley said, about what you're going to do every day. What time are you working? What things are you going to be doing? Are you taking time for yourself every night to prepare yourself for the day ahead? Like, it can take 10 minutes to just throw together a quick plan for your next day, get some posts ready. Just be really organized with your business so that you're not feeling even more stress of like, oh man, I don't even know what to post right now, or I don't know who to follow up with. Like, having your plan, your stuff together is going to help you so much. The next thing is, we cannot expect the results if we're not willing to do that. If we're not willing to put in the work that it takes to go diamond, we can't be mad if we're not getting diamond paychecks. And I really want us all to like ask ourselves, like, what's my goal? Am I doing what it takes to get there? And be honest. Like, if you're not, it's time to like kind of revamp yourself and get ready to put in the work that it takes. And that can be hard sometimes. Especially like when I was going diamond, you guys, I did everything. I blitzed, I rapped, I partied, I messaged, I posted. I was working my butt off, and I got paid based on that work ethic. And I love that Cammie says that all the time. Like, we get paid based on our work ethic. Or Pam, I can't remember who says that. One of them says it.
Vanessa Brown.
Okay, yes, it is Ronnie. We get paid based on our work ethic. And so if your paychecks aren't showing the number that you want, it's time to put in a little bit more work. Try something new. Go outside your comfort zone. Because if we're not growing, our business won't be growing and our paychecks won't be growing. So make sure that we are growing up here so that it does happen with our business. And to do that, I really feel like eliminating excuses is huge. And that is something that can be really hard. And guys, there are valid excuses. There are good excuses. But we have to realize that they're still excuses. And especially during the holiday season, that's an excuse. Like, and that's a great excuse. Like, spending time with your family, just getting ready to help other people, whatever that excuse is, don't let it interfere with this, because this can turn into huge ways to serve people. This can turn into huge ways to change your family's life forever. And I mean, like, one excuse I have a lot is my kids. Like, I'm pregnant. I have she's 20 months now. She's not even 2 yet. And then a 5-year-old. And it's hard, you guys, not to like have no distractions sometimes. So I have to be intentional. Like Ashley said, like, plan out the time that you're going to work. If that's staying up an hour later to get some stuff done, do it. Like, it's worth it. We can sleep when we're dead. I'm just kidding. Sleep's really important. Taking care of yourself is important. But make sure that you're putting in the work that it takes to get that paycheck that you want. And one thing I heard this like in my first 6 months, probably, it was somebody that's busier than you is being successful with the business. So we have to remember that, like, if other people who are busier, who maybe have more excuses that they could use, they're being successful. So we need to realize that, hey, like, this is an excuse. Let's push past this. Let's see a way that we can make this work so that we can hit our goals and that we can stay excited in our business. Okay, so kind of switching gears here, but get creative with what you're doing in your business. Like Ashley touched on this just a little bit, but knowing who your audience is and be a little bit creative with it. If you have a group of mom friends, get creative with that. Do a mom's night out. You could schedule a party for that. You could do like bachelor night or whatever. Like, know your audience. If you're friends with a lot of students, talk about how you can make money from your phone. Talk about how, hey, like, you hang out with people all day long. Like, why not get paid to have that free time, but still make money from your phone or from having your big groups of people that you know those artists. And even the men in the business, you guys, like the Man Dare has been a huge thing to really allow men to be a part of this business. And I got so excited when they announced that, because there's no excuse now. Like, we can talk to men, we can talk to women. Like, our network just grew so much because of the tools that corporate gives us. And that was another point. Use the tools that corporate's giving us. Like, they know, they've been through this a few times. Like, they've been through the holidays. You guys, the product lunch tomorrow is like, I'm not going to sleep tonight. Like, I am counting down, watching that timer, right? Like, it's so exciting. And I feel like this time of year is genius for them to announce a new product line, because whatever it is, whatever those hints, whatever you guys think it is, it's going to help people through the holidays. This is going to light our fire. It's going to get us excited, and it's going to push us through. Like, sometimes it can get stressful. It'll push us through that if you want it to, that you have to be willing to put in the work. Last thing before we kind of switch gears here, I just wanted to show you guys that, like, sometimes people use the holidays as an excuse. When I first joined, so I joined September 30th. So and October was like my first month joining. I went back and looked at this the other day because I wanted to see, like, remind myself, like, this is possible. Like, you've done this before, you can do it again. In October, I signed 14 loyal customers. November, I signed 17. In December, I signed 22 in the middle of all those holidays. Like, and I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, I look back and I was like, what? Like, I did that? So just know, you guys, it's possible to sign customers, to get them enrolled with these products and get ready for the new year and get them excited. And I signed, I don't even know how many distributors in that time. I mean, I was almost diamond. So I signed distributors too, you guys. So don't use the excuse. Push past the excuse, because I had no excuses. I was like, this has to work. And when it has to work for you, that's when it becomes like non-negotiable. And that's when you start seeing the results, because you're willing to do whatever it takes to get those results. So that's those are my tips for getting through those hard times.
I love that. And I think sometimes too, you guys, like, we have to remember to not let our potentials use that excuse either right now during this holiday season. There's never going to be that perfect time to start a business. Just like there's never that perfect month to have a baby, or the perfect month to get married or start a new job or move. Like, life just keeps getting busier and busier and busier. And so remind them as you're talking to potentials, and say that to them. Like, you know what? I know this is a crazy busy time with the holidays coming up right now, but there's never going to be a good month to start. As soon as it's holiday season, it's going to be nobody has money because it's the holidays. And then it's going into spring break. And then it's Easter. There's always something. You told me you wanted this extra money. Like, let's get that done for you, So like Kelsey was just saying, like, don't let the holidays be an excuse why not to do this business and why not to start. But remember, when you're talking to potentials too, to not let them have that excuse, but they are going to have it. So you have to overcome that objection. So.
Yes.
Okay, did we want to switch gears and talk about 6 list?
Yeah.
Next?
Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So, How many of you guys know Aspen Emery? I'm sure you all know who she is,
Yes.
right? Field Development Regional. Okay, so I don't know if all of you guys know this. She was actually my upline in the business that I did prior. So the company that went out of business, you'll hear her story, how she was, totally, fell in love with network marketing and had it slam in her face. That's because she was my upline. And I was looking through some notes the other day of just some stuff that I found. And this totally makes so much sense to me, and it makes so much sense in this. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I shared it at boot camp the other day. So everything that we do in this business should follow this. So what Kelsey and I were just talking about how to complete your steps to success. Okay. Well, what does that look like? How do you every month sign 4 customers? And how do you every month sign 3 distributors, right? You make a list. Okay. You invite. From that list, you invite to an event, you invite to a call, you invite to an online party, you invite to a wrap party, you invite to a one-on-one. You share the business and the products, okay, the It Works story. Number 4 is you sponsor them. You sign them as a customer. You sign them as a distributor. And then number 5 is you teach them to go do that same thing. So everything that your 6 list that's on your 6 list should match that. Okay. Everything that you're doing for your business should fall into one of those categories, because if you're doing those things, that's how you're going to complete your steps to success. Obviously, by doing it consistently. And like Kelsey said, talking to more people. If you're only talking to one person every couple of weeks, chances are you might not. You might get lucky by signing that one person eventually, right? Okay. So a couple of non-negotiables for me in our business is, and here's the thing, you guys, like, you can't just do like stuff. You got to do enough of the right things, right? So don't just do busy work. Do enough of the right things. Like I said, that everything should fall in that line. So social media, okay? You should be posting every day. You should be interacting every day. You should be building your network every day, building relationships, and sharing your story, like Kelsey was just talking about earlier, okay? Contacting and following up with people. That's that whole list part, right? And it's the invite part. You should be contacting new people that you've never talked to about customers and distributors. You should be following up with the people that you've already talked to in this business. And like Kelsey said earlier, get yourself organized. That's one thing that I've been super diligent about in the last couple of weeks, is I am following a 2-2-2 rule. So if I talk to somebody today, so I'll send messages to today, and then I'll go to 2 days ago, follow up with those people, 2 weeks ago, follow up with those people, 2 months ago, follow up with those people. Okay, guys, that's just what I do. That's what works for me. So then a third thing that I have on my 6 list every single day that I do is building team relationships. So getting on a training, doing trainings with people, getting on the phone, helping them talk to people, messaging them saying, hey, how are you doing today? I haven't talked to you in a while. What's going on? Interacting on your team page. And you might be thinking, well, I don't run my team page. I'm not a diamond. I'm not a leader. That doesn't matter. You are of value and you have something to share. So something that's working for you, add it onto your team page. There's going to be somebody that relates to that, and they're going to have their biggest aha moment because you shared that. Okay. Next thing is personal development. That is non-negotiable, you guys. And it looks different every single day. Sometimes my personal development might be hopping on the Zoom tonight and just listening to Kelsey talk and have her pour into me, right? Sometimes it's throwing on an Audible. This morning I was listening to the book club that we're doing with Aspen while I was getting ready. Some days it's doing a devotion. Some days it's reading. Some days it's just listening to praise and worship music because I just need to feel that. So it looks different, and it might be sometimes an hour, sometimes 10 minutes, but do something for you every single day. Then the 5th thing is building your hundreds list. Okay, so building that network, that could be blitzing, that could be online, that could be looking through yearbooks, that could be doing a memory jogger, but adding to your hundreds list. And then the last thing, and this is something that I don't necessarily do every single day because it depends on what day it happens, is customer retention. Okay, following up with your loyal customers. Hey, your auto ship's going to run in 5 days. Last month you got wraps. Have you used them? Have you opened them? The last 3 months you've gotten greens. Are you loving them? Let's add probiotic to that. So doing that customer relationship building, talking to them. So those are the things that I have on my list. What about you, Kelsey?
It's just pretty crazy that that's everything on my list too. So if you want to be triple diamond, do those things, because that's everything that I had too, which is great. Like, that just shows these things work. And it is. It's posting every day, messaging every day, growing your network, personal development, doing something for yourself so your cup is full. Yeah, you covered it for me too. So, but I did have a couple thoughts come to me.
Yeah.
If you are doing those things and they're just you're not seeing those same results, switch it up. Try something new, you guys. When I first joined, I was very big in person, like parties and one-on-ones and wrap appointments. That was huge for me to go diamond. And then like going double and triple diamond, it was more online. And I'm grateful for that, because I've learned both trades. Like, I know how to do a wrap party. I know how to do a FaceTime appointment because I'm working online. Like, you have to make sure that you're getting well-rounded in everything. And that might push your comfort zone, and that's okay. So if on your 6 list every day you say, do one thing that pushes your comfort zone, say that's blitzing. Like Ashley said, blitzing can be so scary. And I remember being terrified to blitz, and you have to find a way that works for you. So kind of same thing. The way that I blitz too is, if like I have a cute cashier or a waitress or something, I just say, hey, like, do you like working here? Just start a conversation naturally. So it's not like, hey, do you want to join my team? Like, it's not like this pressure to like hand them a card and be like, hey, look at this. It's start a conversation, get to know someone, and build those relationships. So if you have to add that to your 6 list every day, do one thing that scares you, your business is going to grow. And one thing too, you guys, I said this, but doing something for yourself so that your cup is full, that can be probably the most important thing you do every day. Because if you're not in a place where you can be excited, or if you can't find the passion, if you can't like kind of express like how you feel about this company and about these products, people can sense that. And that's really important. I preach personal development to my team like it's no one's business. Like, you have to do it every day. If it's 5 minutes, great. If it's an hour, fantastic. But as long as you are putting yourself in that mindset every single day, and that for me, you guys, like I said, I have little kids. I have to wake up before them so that I am nice mommy and that I get that time in for myself so that my day goes smooth. The days I don't, I'm a wreck. I'm stressed. I'm late. I'm feeling like frustrated because I haven't done the things that I want to do for the day before my kids get all crazy and distract me. And so really have your 6 list ready every night, whatever that is. And one thing that Amber Parker said to me once was, your 6 list could be cleaning your bathrooms for the day. Like, it doesn't have to be all just at work stuff. There are non-negotiables that you should have to work your business every day. And as you do those things, they turn into habits. So like, posting isn't on my 6 list all the time, because that's like, I'm going to do it anyway. Sometimes it's go get a massage so that I can like function. Go see a friend I haven't seen in a while and catch up with them. Things that will fill you up so that you are ready to work your business and give it all you've got, because people can sense it. People can tell. So I just thought that was really cool. We have basically the same 6 list. So
I love that. I love it. That's awesome. Okay. So then we wanted to talk about sealing the deal, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and we're going to talk a little bit differently because we both build our businesses online and through wrap parties, but I think Kelsey's going to talk more about online, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the wrap party and how to do that. So, like I said, we built super fast, super quick to diamond in 6 months, and we did that all through wrap parties. I think I was in the business for 4 or 5 days, and I had my launch party. And I had a party every single day on the calendar for the next 60 days, twice on Saturdays, twice on Sundays. And I know you guys are probably all thinking, how in the world did you do that? And how did you get all those parties? They were mostly launch parties, okay? We had 2 weekly parties. I had one at my house and then one an hour away. So those were Wednesday, Thursdays every single night. And then Monday, Tuesdays, and Friday, Saturday, Sundays were launch parties that I would do. for all my distributors. So this is why I'm so passionate about parties. And let me back up, because I don't know if you guys heard me say in my last company that I did, I was like, yeah, I didn't want to party. I told Cammie the day I signed up, I'm not doing parties. I was like, they're dumb. They're stupid. I don't go to parties. I don't play games where you spin wheels and win a prize. Like, that's not me. Sorry. She's like, that's okay. You can build this business anyway. You can do one-on-ones and all this stuff. But what I realized is when you can get in front of a room of people and have more than one person's attention at a time, and when you're confident and you have passion about what you're talking about, you guys, like, instead of just signing one person, you can sign 3. And I'm not sure if Dana's on here tonight, but I just did a party with her on Sunday. And the girl that we did signed 2 customers and 1 distributor. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't do that on social media. I could do that in 2 hours at one time, you know? So it's crazy, guys. Okay. So how I seal the deal at wrap parties is I go in the wrap room, even if it's not my guest, because I'm the leader, I'm the one that's helping my team with them. I go in the wrap room because I'm the one that's confident. And so I start building relationships with those people right now. How do you know so-and-so? So say if Kelsey and I were doing a party together and Kelsey had a guest, okay? I'd walk in and say, oh my gosh, so how do you and Kelsey know each other? Oh, well, we went to high school together. Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. So where do you live? Oh, I live right down the road. I'm super, super close. Awesome. Do you have kids? Yeah, I have 3 kids. Oh my gosh, where do they go to school? I live right down the road too. So I'm starting to build that relationship with them and asking questions about them that will lead back to it works later. And I use something called form, okay, to do those. Asking questions about their family, that's F. Occupation, that's O. Recreation is R. And M is money. And that's not usually what you ask questions about, but by asking the other questions, you can usually gather why they need this business, okay? So that's usually in the wrap room. That's before the event starts. Then we do the party pad presentation. And afterwards, I go back in the wrap room with them. And as I'm taking off their wrap, every single person, I say to them, so, do you see yourself doing this business? Do you see yourself making money with this? Now, very few people go, yep, I've had that one time. My neighbor, she was like, yep, I'm in. I'm like, sweet. I don't have to do anything anymore. Like, I don't have to say anything. And very few people go, no, not at all. Most people say, I don't know. Well, I just don't think I'd be very good at it. Or, I'm just so busy. They give you some sort of objection, you guys. And that's where our job starts, because very few people will come into your business with no objections. Okay. So you need to decide right now, are you going to be somebody that signs nobody? Or are you going to be somebody who gets really, really good at being empathetic and relating with people and overcoming their objections? And so that's what I do in the wrap room, is I say something like, oh my gosh, you know what? I totally know how you feel. When I first got started too, I didn't think I'd be very good at this business. I actually tried something like this before and it didn't work very well for me. But what I found is when I just got started, we have such an amazing team that helps support you. You're not going to be in business for yourself. Like, we're going to be here to help you. That's what I'm here for. You would be so good at this business. So I start giving them things, giving them compliments, and starting to build up like their confidence and telling them, you'd be great at this. You should do this. So the other thing, you guys, is ask qualifying questions when you're talking to them. So a couple that I wrote down are, okay, so if this worked, what kind of income are you looking for? We do this in messaging. We talk about like getting their why and their what, but you guys need to do it when you're in person with them. So if it's after the wrap party, so what I just talked to you guys about, if what I just showed you, if that income chart, spoke to you, if I could show you if this worked, what kind of money would you be looking for and why? Okay. And then say, okay, so if I could show you how to do that, you said you were really busy earlier. Would you make time in an already busy schedule to get those things that you want? So let them answer that first question, you guys. And if they say, well, I really just need $500 extra. Why? Well, because we're trying to buy a house and there's no other option. We need that down payment money. Okay. If that's their answer, then if you say, okay, so if I show you how to do this, could you make time to run after this and do this with us? Well, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Well, you just told me that you have no other options to go get that down payment. And if what I showed you worked, would you run after it for what you want? Ask those qualifying questions to them. Make them talk about why they would do this business, what they want out of it, because then you can say, okay, are you ready to get started? Or does that make sense to you? Are you ready to get started, or do you have any other questions? Are you ready to get started, or do you need me to go through how we make money? Are you ready to get started, or do you need to see it again? So we say those online through messaging. It's the same thing in person. And actually in person, it's a lot easier because they can't just not respond to you. They're standing right there in front of you. It's not like they can just like check your message and not answer, right? They're like looking you right in the eyes, so they have to answer. So, okay, let me see if there's anything else that I had on here. Oh, big thing, you guys. When you're trying to get somebody to the appointment, like first of all, I build my business through one-on-ones, and those one-on-ones leads to wrap parties. Okay. I like that better. That just works really well for me. It's super easy to get on the phone and have a conversation and then invite them to the wrap party or meet them for coffee or something. But don't sell it works. Don't sell the products. Don't sell the business. Sell the appointment. Okay. Because chances are, first of all, they don't know what we have our hands on. We know how awesome this opportunity is and how amazing these products are. They don't. So if their best friend asks them to go to coffee instead of come to your wrap party, they're probably going to go to coffee. They're not going to make our business a priority to them. So you need to make it fun for them. You need to attach a value to them outside of just this business, right? So say something to them like, look, I know you're going to want to come. Like you need a night out. Like just come. There's going to be wine. There's going to be snacks. Like it's going to be so much fun. Leave your wallet at home. I don't need you to buy anything. I just want to see you. Okay. So I'm not telling them how the wrap works. I'm not explaining how we make money. I'm just talking to them about how I want to see them on Thursday night and how it would mean so much and how it'd be so much fun for them and how they need to get out of the house. When you can start selling you and selling the appointment and making something like attach that value to for them, they won't come up with excuses on why they don't want to come. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's all I got for sealing the deal.
I love that. That was so good. And one aha moment I had from that, you guys, is this is so good that you can apply to both online and in person. And it's that much more important to make sure you're doing both. Like you can't just build in person. You can't just build online. Like we have to apply this to both and it will happen faster. Like you'll see more and more success because you're having different ways of finding different people. So I love that. There are so many. I hope everyone's taking notes because I just wrote a whole nother page. So that's okay. So kind of online, I have built more online in the past like year and a half. And I feel like I've kind of found like what works for me. And again, everyone has a different approach. Everyone has a different thing, but that's, I think, a good point is that you have to be real and you have to be genuine, especially online when it is more like it's more cold. It's not as in person. It's not as personal. You need to make sure that you are putting yourself out there and being as real and personal and genuine as you can. And that includes like sharing your story often. That includes sharing little tidbits of your life. Like, hey, like I remember 3 years ago when I was in a really dark place and I had nothing positive to look forward to. Now I have all these friends. I have this financial freedom. So sharing little tidbits of your story. And Nick asked a question in the chat and he said, how do you share your story when you don't have success? And that's actually a really good question because just starting out, people say that like, well, I don't have a success story. There are so many ways, you guys, that you can still share your story and just show people who you are. And your story is why you joined. That's why we preach. What is your why? What is your why? What is your why? What is your why? Because that is what you should be telling people. When I joined, like we all started with no one, right? Me and Ashley both just joined and we had 0 distributors and 0 customers. We had to get them somehow. And when I joined, I told people, like I said earlier, like I'm going for this bonus and I'm going to get it and I'm going to buy a house. And that was my story. That was, hey, like the reason I joined was because I wanted to take stress off Trey. I needed something positive and I'm getting that bonus. I didn't know if I was going to get the bonus. I didn't hit that first bonus, you guys. It just so happened that God had a bigger plan and extended those bonuses for me. but share where you're at right now. And it's okay, you guys. If it's the biggest thing to remember is if it applies to you, there's somebody out there watching you that it's also going to apply to. So if you are joining because you need gas money every month, somebody else out there needs gas money every month. And if they see like you're putting this out there and you're being honest and real and you hit these goals as you go, say, hey, like I just sold a wrap and made $25. I filled up my gas tank. That person's going to be like, well, if they can do it, so can I. Like, and they can help me. They're going to join your team. Like, that's all it is. Talk about why you joined. That is so powerful, you guys. Everyone has a reason. You would not have paid $99 to join this business if that reason didn't push you to do that. So focus on that and share that with people. It's so important. I can't stress enough how important it is. And share your story often. I shared it multiple times a week. At my wrap parties, I would share it and I would cry every time. And I like had to just learn, like, this is what touches people. This is who I am. This is how I'm going to be successful. Like, you just have to share it. So be real and genuine, you guys. I don't know if you saw the Zoom that Ashley did with Morgan McIntyre, but I loved what the tip Morgan gave on Instagram stories and just like how easy it is to like quickly just film a few seconds of what you're doing throughout your day, because it shows you're a real person. Like I do it with my kids. Like I'll film my kids being silly and goofy, or how I'm working my business while my daughter's climbing all over me. Like just show that it's real, it's doable, and that people can relate to you. Hold on, you guys. My family just got back with dinner and I have to let them in the room. Sorry.
You're totally fine. Nick, I'm glad that you asked that too, because another thing, what Kelsey said is what I always tell people. Like, Cammie Dempsey got started on day one. She had no distributors and no customers. And she still shared her story. But something that I always tell people too is if you're scared that, because really what it is you're nervous that somebody's going to ask you, like, how much money have you made? And if the answer is zero yet, that's okay. Like, I made $0 on day one too. Like, I didn't get a paycheck till the 15th, right? So it's super easy. I want you guys to memorize this line. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I will be. And I'm going for a $10,000 diamond bonus. And when I get it, this is what I'm going to do with it. Just like what Kelsey said, tell your story. Your story is your why. And I think sometimes people that are brand new get confused because they're like, well, I don't have a story. I don't have a story. Your story is your why. So when you hear somebody say, share your story, share your why.
Yes, exactly. And this is Nora. She's going to help us. See, I do Zooms with my kids, and that's part of my story. It just happens. I lost my train of thought, though. Well, I'll go on to my next point, which was sorry.
No, you're fine. We were talking about sealing the deal online.
Thank you. Okay, I got kind of distracted and off topic.
No, you're totally fine.
Okay, so how I seal the deal online, you guys, it has a lot to do with being consistent, posting, being a product of the product. People have to believe you before they're going to believe in the company or the products. And that's one thing that I've done, you guys. Like I said, I fell in love with hair, skin, nails. I fell in love with the wraps. And that got me excited to try more products. I have tried almost every single one. I haven't tried Estro Rhythm yet, but after I have this baby, I'm going to, because I learned at Green Carpet that anyone can use it. So I'm excited to try that. And then New You, I think, is the other one I haven't tried yet. But I got so excited with every single product that I tried that I got results from it. And I got to learn more about what it can do for you. So really knowing what we're doing, be passionate about what you're selling. If someone said to you like, oh, I'm interested in the greens, have you tried them? And you say no, why would they buy from you? Like, there's no belief behind that. So really a huge part of sealing the deal is knowing what you're selling, being a product of the product, and believing in the company. Even if you don't have success yet, other people have, right? Like, we know it works because tons of people are making money with it. Be confident. And your confidence is going to sell people more than anything. Like, you have to be confident in what we're doing. So how I do that online is I'm not afraid to post like anything. I share my story. I share my results. The first time I posted my wrap results, you guys, I waited until I had done 3 boxes and I still wasn't in great shape. Like it was pretty scary to like post those results, but I signed a distributor just from posting that result picture because they knew I was using the products and I loved them and they worked and they trusted me. And so they joined. And when people see that you're honest and that you're passionate, you're using the products, you are open and honest. And that's one thing I love about It Works, you guys. We don't hide anything. You can find our compensation plan. You can find all of our ingredients. Like we don't hide things. And it's because we're a company that has integrity and value and we can stand behind this company. Like we know whatever Mark does, we can trust him. Like I have no doubt. And so your confidence is going to help people trust you and they'll want to join you or order from you. So if you don't have that yet, that's my challenge for you. You will sell more or seal the deal with more deals if you have a testimony behind the products. And even if someone says, hey, like I've never, or have you tried Estro Rhythm? I can say no, but I've tried every other product and they all work. So I'm pretty confident this is going to work for you. So be super confident. So online, I get excited about this.
I love it.
So online, you guys, I post a lot. I teach my team. And even with the algorithm, like the algorithm changes all the time. I'm like, just post more. It's fine. Like someone's going to see it. So I teach them to post at least like 4 to 6 times a day, sometimes more. But when somebody comments on a post, like if I share a before and after picture and someone says, hey, like I'm kind of interested in this, immediately I message them. I never like answer questions in the comments. I'll just shoot them a message and just be like, hey, I am so excited you're interested in this. Sometimes I'll be like, this is what it can do. And I'll send another picture, or this is my testimony of the product. You would love this. But I also make sure to ask why they're interested in it. Because my goal is not to make money. My goal is to help somebody hit a goal of their own and help them. Because if I'm just like, oh, you want to lose weight? Okay, you need the cleanse and you need ThermoFit and you need this and this and this. But I'm not listening to what they really need. It's not going to go as well as if I say, okay, what are your specific goals? Let me see if I can find a product that matches what you're wanting to do. So really getting to know people, ask questions, using voice messaging is huge. Like, so they can hear your voice, especially online. It's really easy to find people that aren't local to you. So a lot of times it's hard to set up a one-on-one or invite them to a party. So in that case, I use voice messaging, or I say, hey, can I call you really quick just so I can kind of get a feel of what you're wanting. One of my favorite things to do that still scares me, like this pushes my comfort zone every time, is asking if I can FaceTime with them. Because then it's like being in person and they can see my excitement and they can see like, I'm not lying to you. Like I really love this, and they'll feel that passion better than just over the phone. So that works really well, especially with potential distributors. I seal the deal more often over FaceTime than I do just messaging back and forth. And it is so, just like how a party is so much easier to get it done in front of a lot of people in 2 hours. When you FaceTime with someone or even just call them on the phone, that avoids like hours or days or weeks of messaging back and forth. And they can get to know you a little bit as a person, and you get to know them a little bit better too. So I am all for it. That's kind of how you guys, it all merges together. Like our goal is to help people and build relationships. And the better we do that over FaceTime or in person, it's going to seal the deal more often. And like I said, you guys, just be confident. If you don't know the answer to something, that's okay. Like I didn't know all the answers when I first joined. And it's so easy to just say, you know what? I actually don't know. Let me ask real quick and I'll get back to you. Because then it shows them too, like, okay, if I don't know everything, like that's okay. Like it shows them it's duplicatable. Like you'll learn as you go. I can teach you as you go. So that's just kind of my biggest tip. Be yourself. Don't try and copy other people. Like you just want to be you. Share your story. Be genuine. And then I do have one, like this message that I send for loyal customers, or the way that I word it has had a ton of success. So I just wanted to share that too, because maybe it'll help you guys too. Yeah. When I have somebody interested in a product, I just tell them like, okay, like I get their goals first, and then I just say, all right, so it's like, so say we're doing wraps. So usually the wraps are $99, but I can get you a deal of $59 if you just be a product model for me or a product tester. And then I leave it at that. And they always say, okay, what's that? So then it's just like a segue for me to get into like what the loyal customer program is. And this is how I word it every time. And literally, you guys, I have like a 90% rate of signing people with this. It's super simple. And that's the key, you guys. When you're talking to people, keep it super simple. And all I say is, so all you would do is order one product a month for 3 months at that lower cost. Because then it makes them look again, okay, yeah, like that's $40 difference. And then you say, on top of that, I'll also waive our $50 membership fee, and you'll also get rewards as you go. How does that sound? And every time they're like, oh yeah, like you're going to save me so much money. Like it really is so simple. And I can put it in the chat too, but I just use that every single time. And most of the time they're like, yeah, if they don't have the money, they'll be like, well, I just don't have the money yet. Offer the business. That is the biggest trick. You guys, even if they say, yeah, like I'll do it. I'll be a product model for wraps. Throw it in there. Hey, just for $40 more, you could get a pack of wraps and have the opportunity to make extra money. Would that interest you? Like, just ask. Like, if you never ask, it's always a no, right?
Right.
So just throw it out there and ask, and just keep it super simple. So that's my sealing the deal tips.
I love that. I love like 1 or 2 sentence things because like you said, it's so easy. And when I open up a message and it's like a paragraph or too long, I'm like, oh, I don't got time to read that right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my gosh. I loved this. This was so amazing.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So we've been on for about an hour, so we should probably let you guys get on with your evenings, but, I am so excited for the product launch tomorrow. And if you guys are on Kelsey's team, I can't wait to meet you at conference. So
yes,
you better all be coming.
Yes, we'll have to do something like grab lunch or something.
Yes, for sure. That would be a blast.
Yes, I can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so grateful you said yes when I asked you to do this because I just learned so much. And I know there's so many little tidbits everyone got. So thank you so much, Ashley.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. So, all right, guys. Well, I will get this recording up as soon